Hey, what's up guys? Joker here. Today I am finally going to be sharing with you an update to my personal gaming PC known as Black Mesa. So this is going to be Black Mesa 2.0. The reason that it's called Black Mesa is obviously because it heavily favors the color black used in the system, just like on the original version, continuing that theme along here. So I am now going from an 6800K up to a 9900K. I'm going to be using this for gaming as well as video editing and generally just browsing the web and pretty much using it to run this channel. So it's going to be the primary workhorse here in the studio for the foreseeable future, unless by some miracle I get sampled a 9980XE, in which case we'll have to revisit this with Black Mesa 2.5 in probably not very long, because I think they are supposed to come out maybe this month, or they said by the end of 2018, but we don't know exactly when those are going to come out yet. But yeah, sure as shit, if I get sampled one of those and get a good motherboard, I'm definitely going to switch over to that. But at least for now, I'm going to use the 9900K because it's been an absolute beast in everything that I've done with it so far. I've got one in my test setup that I've been using, so very happy with the processor, you know, for gaming and everything like that, and for video editing. I've been rendering out my recent videos on the test setup because it was just so much faster than my 6800K, so that's what I'm going to be using it for. And before we get into anything else, I want to let you know that today's video is being sponsored by Be Quiet, who have helped out with several of the parts here for this build, including the case, power supply, cooler, and some extra fans that went inside of this system. So we will kick things off with the case that I'm using here. It's the Be Quiet Silent Base 601. This is a mid-tower chassis. It's a fairly mid-range, I guess, in terms of price. It's $125 regularly at retail. Actually, over on Newegg right now, it's on sale for $106, and that sale ends on Saturday, so in 2 days from now. So if you decide before then you want to go out and pick one up, they are a little bit cheaper right now over on Newegg, but it's got a tempered glass side panel, very similar to the 801 that I used for the new test setup. Very similar to that, a little bit shorter, you know, doesn't have like a fan hub or anything on it like that, but overall very similar case in general in terms of airflow and aesthetics. You know, the tempered glass side panel as well as the rear side panel, both of them can eject very easily by hitting the buttons on the back of the case, which was something I really liked on the 601, and I'm happy to see it here on the 601 as well. And as I said, this is the all-black version because Black Mesa, but it is also available in black and orange or a silver and black version because go Raiders. Another thing I liked about this case, besides the fact that it does stay extremely silent when I'm using it, was the cable management on here. Cable management on this case was extremely easy to do, and I probably spent more time cable managing this system than I have ever done on a PC in the past, and I think it just came out absolutely incredible. I usually do a really good job in terms of inside the main compartment of the chassis, but when it comes to the backside, I'll usually just throw a couple zip ties here and there just to kind of tuck everything in, and I'll call it a day and not really care too much about the aesthetics. But this time around, I kind of went all out and used like some Velcro straps that came with the Be Quiet power supply that I was using in this system to kind of tidy everything up, make it look really nice and neat, since like it's my personal system. So I'm going to be using it for quite a while, and I wanted it to just look really good. So let me know down in the comments below what you think about the cable management here on Black Mesa 2.0. Speaking of cables, the ones I am using here are not the ones that are included along with the power supply. These are custom cables from my buddy Aaron over at WazMods, who I've been using almost exclusively for like the past 2 years in all of the systems that I build on the channel. Whenever I do use sleeved cables, which is most often is the case, is what I do. So huge thanks to Aaron for sending these over. Definitely check out his link down in the description if you want to go check him out for any of your custom cable needs, and also links to the other parts that are in this system over on Newegg as well as Amazon. If you want to get anything that I used in this system, that'll all be linked down below as well. Now, those cables are actually not extensions. He does do extensions, but in this particular instance, he did full-length cables that run directly into the power supply. And so the power supply I was using here is the Be Quiet Straight Power 11. It's a 1,000 watt fully modular PSU. It's the same one I'm using in my test system. And he had never done cables for this power supply before, but when I had mentioned it to him, he went out and bought one just so that he could do the sleeved cables for me running directly into the PSU, which definitely helped keep things nice and tidy, because when you have to do extensions, it becomes a little bit more complicated because you got so much more extra cable there. But yeah, that wasn't an issue this time, as he did them right to the power supply, so that was really awesome. And good power supply as well, the Be Quiet Straight Power 11. I have used them in a few systems, and so far, no issues with them. Now on to the motherboard. This is possibly one of my favorite components inside of this system, and this is the Gigabyte Z390 Master, which retails for around $290, although they don't seem to be in stock right now on Amazon. There's a couple third-party sellers charging more than that, but you should not pay more than $300 for this motherboard, although, I mean, you could conceivably think it might be worth it if it was that price, because it is such a nice board. Really excellent quality. It's got this backplate covering almost the entire backside of the board, which just makes it feel really premium and just protects the components back there, and it's really friggin' heavy as well. Like, when I was lifting this board, I was like, damn, this board's got to weigh like 3 or 4 pounds just on the motherboard alone, and once I got the tower heatsink on there and everything in the RAM, it just felt like the thing must have weighed 10, 15 pounds at the end of the day, so it just felt really quality. Another thing I really liked about this board is the fixed I/O shield, which I've seen on a handful of motherboards over the past year or so, and I'm really happy that this is starting to pick up as a trend on some higher-end motherboards, so you don't have to mess around sticking the I/O shield in the back of your system and possibly cutting yourself. I can't tell you how many times I've cut my fingers on trying to put in that damn rear I/O shield. Those things are frustrating, and I'm really happy that they're starting to do these fixed ones on some of the higher-end motherboards, and I definitely want to see it trickle down into maybe some of the more affordable boards as well, if it's not something that's going to add too much onto the cost. And on that I/O, there's also tons of connectivity, which is going to be more than enough for me hooking up all of my devices that I use here at the main setup, and big heat sinks over the VRM. Also another big plus that kind of adds to why this motherboard is worth the price they're asking for it, around $300. All these things that they throw on there definitely add to the price and kind of makes it feel like it's worth it at the end of the day once you have the board and everything. Now, as I said, the CPU here is the 9900K, which is a beast, and I did run it at stock settings initially here, doing some gaming benchmark runs. I let Metro Last Light the benchmark run on a loop for like a half hour, and it was like around like 70 degrees Celsius, and I also played some Rainbow Six Siege. Temps were also pretty good on that as well. Again, seeing like maybe 70 to 75 degrees Celsius, which is not bad at all for the 9900K, which can run seriously hot. And in this instance, it's actually not that bad as well, because I was actually using an air cooler, the Be Quiet Dark Rock Pro 4. This is their massive dual tower heatsink. This is the first time that I've used it in a system, although I've had one for a while and I've taken a look at them. I've never actually put one into a system, and this is my first time using it. These ones are rated for 250 watts of heat dissipation, so that's more than the Dark Rock 4, which is rated for 200 watts. So it does a little bit better cooling, as it's got 2 fans, dual tower, and all of that. And as I said, temperatures in gaming were sticking around 70 degrees Celsius roughly on the 9900K, which is known to run really friggin' hot. In terms of my memory, I'm running 16 gigabytes of G-Skill Sniper X at 3400 megahertz. However, when I was looking over on Amazon, the 3400 megahertz kits are like double the price of the 3200 megahertz kit. So when I link down below, I'm going to link to the 3200 just because it's so much cheaper than the one for 3400, and I doubt you would ever really notice a difference in gaming. This is just RAM that I happen to have around that I'm using in this system, and that is something I'll probably upgrade in the very near future as soon as I can get a 4x8 gigabyte kit of 32 gigabytes of RAM, or maybe even 64 gigabytes of RAM. Sponsors, memory makers, if you hear me, let me know down in the comments below, or shoot me a DM if you want to send over a 32 or 64 gigabyte kit, because I would definitely throw that in this system and fully populate all of those memory modules. Now, for storage, I'm only running a couple SSDs right now. One is an M.2 drive. It's an ADATA XPG 512 gigabyte, and I've also got an ADATA SU800 SSD on the backside. Now, the only reason I'm running 2 SSDs right now is because I've got multiple hard drives in my main system that I still have set up, the 6800K, my old Black Mesa build, and I still have to migrate out some of my files and get things set up that way and move them over to this system. So when it's all said and done, I'll probably have 5 or 6 SSDs in this system and 2 or 3 mechanical drives. So that's definitely going to fill it out quite a bit in terms of having storage drives hooked up into the new system. And for graphics, in case you couldn't tell by all the videos right by now on the B-roll, it's running an RTX 2080 Ti, because of course it is. Why wouldn't I put the 2080 Ti into my main system? I love the card. It's really super powerful. It might not be worth $1,200 to a lot of people. I understand. I'm in a fortunate situation where I was sent this card by NVIDIA, and I'm switching over from the 1080 Ti onto this card just because there's some games that are out now that are more demanding, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, that are struggling at ultra-wide, which is what I game at, 3440 by 1440, and I want to be able to play all these games at ultra maxed out, and of course, Battlefield 5, which I have access to now as of today, that's going to have ray tracing added into it at some point, and of course I want to try that out and test it and everything for you guys on the channel, so I'm going to be running the 2080 Ti for the foreseeable future in my main system here. But that's going to about wrap it up for Black Mesa 2.0. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. As I said at the start of the video, if you want to pick up any of the parts that I used here, some will be linked on Amazon, some will be linked over on Newegg depending on their availability and better pricing and all that. It seems like Newegg is actually running a pretty decent sale over the next couple days on several components over there. So definitely go check out Newegg, although Black Friday and Cyber Monday is right around the corner. So maybe not the best time right now to buy PC parts, but maybe in a week or two. Definitely something to keep an eye out on. SSDs are super cheap right now, and I can't wait to see how much those prices drop on Black Friday, as low as they are right now. That M.2 drive that I'm using, by the way, that thing it's a 500 gigabyte drive, and it's retailing for under $100. That's absolutely mental. So yeah, as I said, I'm going to get out of here. Links will be down below. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on Black Mesa 2.0. And I hope you all have a good weekend. Enjoy Battlefield 5 if you've got early access with Origin Premier, which is how I've got access to the game early. So I am definitely going to be playing that this weekend and benchmarking it as well. So you can definitely keep an eye out for a performance review for Battlefield 5 coming over the weekend, very likely. And I'll see you guys in that video. Ciao.